Hello, this is Noor Mohammedali. I'll do a survey on reconfigurable accelerator on cloud computing. The content of this survey will be accelerator in cloud, reconfigure accelerator in cloud, configuration and reconfigurable framework in cloud computing, heterogeneous system in cloud, and at the end we'll explain the security in cloud computing. Accelerating in a cloud. The accelerator in a cloud, there are three types: GPU, FPGA, CPU. GPU and FPGA provide massive parallelism, high efficiency. CPU used in a cloud provide high speed, low efficiency. There are many companies support accelerator in cloud such as Microsoft, IBM, Altera. Configure accelerator in cloud. FPGA is used as a reconfigurable device to reconfigure accelerator in cloud because it has high performance, low power consumption, reduced size, and reduced energy. The hardware and configuration the hardware accelerator in cloud. To configure the hardware in cloud, we need to use high level language such as C, C++, OpenCL. Reconfigurable framework in cloud computing. Reconfigurable common cloud computing environment. It contains three services. The first one, reconfigurable silicon as a service. The second one, reconfigurable accelerator as a service. The third one, background accelerator as a service. In the first type, or in the first service, it's to provide a full access to the user, so the user can access to the accelerator like FPGA and reconfigure it. In this part, it will be the cloud provider should trust the user, because in this point, if you didn't trust the user, maybe you will be in attack. And the second service, it's represented as a simple accelerator. It's represented as a simple accelerator and is a virtual FPGA. So it will be visible. The virtual FPGA will be visible to the user, not the full. The user didn't have full access to the service. And the third part, cloud computing, background accelerator as a service. It's work in the background, so it's work in the background, so the user didn't see what happened. He just the service just speed up the application that's visible to the user. Reconfigurable framework in cloud computing. Virtualized FPGA accelerator. It's used to improve the performance indicator and communicational efficiency. Network on a chip. Based on virtualized accelerator, the benefit from using network on a chip in cloud computing, the connection will be more efficient because the connection will be between the accelerator communication and the reconfigurable control, so the connection will be more efficient. In this case, the connection will be more efficient. There are two types of network on a chip: reconfigurable IP as a service, reconfigurable region as a service. Reconfigurable IP as a service. That means the user will do a request to the cloud provider when the accelerator. He requests accelerator. So when the accelerator is found, the cloud provider will forward it to the user. But if the accelerator doesn't available, the accelerator doesn't available, will reconfigurable accelerator will reconfigure the accelerator, then send it back to the user. The accelerator will be reconfigurable on a bit stream. But in the second part, reconfigurable region, the user can access to the top level of the virtualization. So in this case, he can choose rather than ask the cloud provider, he can choose the reconfigurable region by itself, and it's depend on the DDL that he have on the input output port. Then the cloud provider will send him the template. The user will fill the template. Then after that, send it back to the cloud provider. If he didn't, if the template that the user does, there is no error, the cloud provider will check it. If there is no error in it, we'll put it in this stream. Hardware accelerator for cloud. It's divided to four parts: search engine and PageRank, map radius, in-memory database. Finally, we'll explain about the Spark environment. Search engine and PageRank. Microsoft, the first one is Microsoft Cut Plate Fabric. Microsoft server ran until Xeon because it's want to speed the system, so it's use this type of until to get more efficient in a big web page engine. Google use PageRank algorithm. This algorithm means that will refer to the page that get more citation or other paper used, so it will be important. For search engine with FPGA, they will use until Xeon server in a system, so the the system will speed up. The power will be 19.52 up to 1952 efficiency, and in the price efficiency will be increased as well and achieved to 7.17 for radius, for map radius. Map radius use Hadoop as a map and radius. Map radius means a key value, like in the format below. So the map will be key1 value 1 as the input, and the output will be as a list key2 v2 for the value v2 for that's in the map. In radius, the key2 as input, and the value the input for the value will be as a list. For the output, the key and the value will be in the list. In-memory database. There are many companies support the memory database, such as IBM, Stanford, HP, Walkers, and Google. They use they use a jump run. Jump run means a key value, so the operation and they use a key value operation and reduce the traffic across the memory hierarchy. The in-memory database, the speed for the query will be increased from 7 to 14. So the most the speed of the query when they run. Spark environment. Spark environment used with the big data as big data analysis used with the big data analysis tools. So Spark environment use Apache Spark, and it's faster than other tools like Hadoop. It's faster like 100 times more than Hadoop, and as well as FPGA run under the Spark. FPGA run under the Spark. The benefit from that to get the high performance in cloud. Heterogeneous system in cloud computing. As we see, heterogeneous system has the GPU and CPU. Nowadays they use GPU because the performance of the GPU 10 times more than the CPU, and the energy efficiency for the GPU it's 5 times more than CPU, as well as if a CPU have a few cores, but on the other hand, GPU have thousands of cores optimizing for parallel tasks, so he can run more query in efficient way and fast. As we mentioned before, the GPU high efficiency rather than CPU. The security in cloud computing. FPGA used in cloud computing to build trust environment between the client and the cloud provider, as well as to improve the security too between the cloud provider and the client. The benefit from using FPGA in the cloud to build a trusted environment inside the untrusted zone, so the sensitive data will be saved with the trusted parts, as well as the security solution provide on hardware with different area, such as data security, user enabled collaborative museum, and there are another types like CSV file. The connection will be secured, and so the sensitive data will be protected from the attack. As we can see from the image below, the trusted user have a trusted device, and this trusted device with the trusted environment then will move to the trusted service. So the security will be in between the client. The security will be between the client and the cloud provider, but the two parts from the client and both parts in the client and the cloud provider should be secure. So everyone should build a trusted environment, and he know the connect, and he should be confident that the connection that he have is be secure, so the attack cannot access to his network or to his sensitive data. Thank you for your watching this video. If you have any question, ask me. Thank you.